Lessons from the book Maximum Achievement. Number 1. The law of cause and effect says that for every effect in your life, there is a specific cause. It is so important, it has been called the iron law of the universe. It says that everything happens for a reason, whether or not you know what it is. There are no accidents. We live in an orderly universe governed strictly by law, and this understanding is central to every other law or principle. The law of cause and effect says that there are specific causes of success, and there are specific causes of failure. There are specific causes for health and for illness. There are specific causes for happiness and for unhappiness. If there is an effect in your life that you want more of, you merely need to trace it back to the causes and repeat the causes. If there is an effect in your life that you do not enjoy, you need to trace it back to the causes and get rid of them. This law is so simple that it is baffling to most people. They continue doing or not doing things that are causing them unhappiness and frustration, and they then blame everyone else or society for their problems. Insanity has been defined as doing the same things in the same way and expecting to get different results. To some degree, we're all guilty of this. We need to face this tendency squarely and deal with it honestly. Number 2. The law of belief says that whatever you believe with feeling becomes your reality. The more intensely that you believe something to be true, the more likely it is that it will be true for you. If you really believe something, you cannot imagine it to be otherwise. Your beliefs give you a form of tunnel vision. They edit out or cause you to ignore incoming information that is inconsistent with what you have decided to believe. William James of Harvard said, "Belief creates the actual fact." In the Bible, it says, "According to your faith, belief, it is done unto you." To put it another way, you do not necessarily believe what you see, but you see what you believe. For example, if you absolutely believe that you are meant to be a great success in life, then no matter what happens, you will continue to press forward toward your goals. Nothing will stop you. On the other hand, if you believe that success is a matter of luck or accident, then you will easily become discouraged and disappointed whenever things don't work out for you. Your beliefs set you up for either success or failure. Number 3. People generally have one of two ways of looking at the world. The first is what is called a benevolent worldview. If you have a benevolent worldview, you generally believe that the world is a pretty good place in which to live. You have a tendency to see the good in people and situations and to believe that there is plenty of opportunity around you and that you can take advantage of it. You believe that although you may not be perfect, you are a pretty good person overall. You believe in the future for yourself and others. You are primarily optimistic. The second way of looking at the world is with a malevolent worldview. A person with a malevolent worldview has a generally negative and pessimistic attitude toward himself or herself and toward life. He or she generally believes that you can't fight City Hall, that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and that no matter how hard you work, you can't get ahead anyway because the deck is stacked against you. Number 4. You cannot change the world, but you can present the world with one improved person, yourself. You can go to work on yourself to make yourself into the kind of person you admire and respect. You can become a role model and set a standard for others. You can control and discipline yourself to resist acting or speaking in a negative way toward anyone for any reason. You can insist upon always doing things the loving way rather than the hurtful way. You can use the cognitive control method to keep your mind calm and positive by thinking kind and loving thoughts about others. You can short-circuit your anger by thinking kindly about those who hurt you, by saying, "God bless him" or "God bless her," rather than thinking about how much he or she is exasperating you. You can neutralize your negative emotions, restore your calmness, and increase your clarity of mind. You take another step on the pathway toward becoming an exceptional human being. Number 5. Whenever you admire another person for something he or she has accomplished, for some personality trait, or for some possession, you raise his or her self-esteem. Admiration is a powerful tool in human relations. As Abraham Lincoln said, everybody likes a compliment. You can use admiration almost anywhere and in almost any situation. You can be virtually guaranteed that the other person will feel more important as a result. You can admire personality traits or qualities. When you compliment a person for being punctual, or for being generous, or for being persistent, or for being determined, you make that person feel more valuable and important. We are all proud of our positive traits. We are usually proud of what we have become. When other people recognize and admire us for these qualities, we feel better about ourselves. You can admire people's possessions. People often invest a lot of emotion in the things they acquire. For example, most people put a lot of thought into the furniture and fixtures they purchase for their homes. You can never go wrong complimenting a person on how attractive his or her home or living room looks. People also put a lot of thought into their clothes. You are guaranteed to make a woman feel better about herself by complimenting her on any article of her clothing or accessories. You can achieve the same effect with a man by complimenting him on his clothes, especially his shoes or his tie. Men usually spend a lot of time thinking about the ties they wear and selecting the shoes they buy. They will be both surprised and happy when you admire them. Number 6. The law of expectations says that whatever you expect with confidence becomes your own self-fulfilling prophecy. To put it another way, what you get is not necessarily what you want in life, but what you expect. Your expectations exert a powerful, invisible influence that causes people to behave and situations to work out as you anticipated. In a way, you are always acting as a fortune teller in your own life by the way you talk about how you think things are going to turn out. Successful men and women have an attitude of confident, positive self-expectancy. They expect to be successful. They expect to be liked. They expect to be happy, and they are seldom disappointed. Unsuccessful people have an attitude of negative expectations, of cynicism and pessimism that somehow causes situations to work out exactly as they expected. Number 7. The way you talk, the way you work, drive, think, interact with others, spend money, and deal with the important people in your life are all largely habitual. Your behavior in every area of life is based on the accumulation of all your experiences, starting in infancy. Probably 95% of your actions and reactions are automatic, unconscious responses to your physical and human environment. Your habits are major obstacles to your becoming the kind of person you want to be. Your habitual ways of thinking, feeling, talking, and behaving are often roadblocks that stand between where you are today and where you really want to go. They keep you running in place. The law of habit is a vitally important mental law. It explains the comfort zone and success and failure as well as any other single principle. It has its counterpart in physics in Newton's first law of motion, which states that a body at rest tends to remain at rest, and a body in motion tends to remain in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. Your thinking and behavior are subject to the same principle. In the absence of an outside force, or a definite decision on your part to do something different, you'll keep on doing very much the same thing indefinitely. You'll work in the same job, associate with the same people, eat the same foods, take the same route to work, engage in the same leisure activities, watch the same television, read the same books, and live very much the same kind of life. Habits are only good as long as they serve you, as long as their effect is to continually enrich and improve your life. It is when your habits become the major obstacles to your happiness that you have to modify them or change them completely. Number 8. Your superconscious mind responds best to clear, authoritative commands, or what are called positive affirmations. Every time that you affirm a goal or a desire from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind, you activate your superconscious mind to release the ideas and energy that you need to bring your desire into reality. This is why decisiveness is such an important trait of successful men and women, because they know exactly what they want. Their superconscious powers are working for them continuously. You will also find that when you stop vacillating and make a firm, clear decision that you are going to do something, no matter what the cost, everything suddenly starts to work in your favor. When you affirm, "I like myself," or "I can do it," or "I earn $XXX per year," you are throwing the master switch on all your mental powers. You are turning on in the most powerful way possible. Number 9. There are many definitions of healthy personality, and here are 3 of the most helpful. First, your personality is healthy to the degree to which you deliberately look for the good in each person and each situation. Your personality is unhealthy to the degree to which you look for the bad in people and circumstances. Do you look for and find good in others, or do you criticize and complain about them? That's the first measure. Second, your personality is healthy to the degree to which you can freely forgive people who have hurt you in some way. Most unhappiness and psychosomatic illness is caused by the inability to forgive. The insistence on holding grudges long after an incident has passed. The very act of forgiving has a liberating influence on your personality. Truly healthy people do not hate, nor do they go around preoccupied with anger and resentment over what happened in the past. They keep their minds clear of old problems. They let them go. That's the second measure. Third, your personality is healthy to the degree to which you can get along easily with many different kinds of people. Anybody can get along with a few people. You can always get along with people who are very much like you, positive or negative. But the truly healthy person has an easy ability to get along with a great variety of people with different temperaments, different personalities, different attitudes, different values, and different opinions. That's the real measure, the real test. There is a direct relationship between your own level of self-esteem and the health of your personality. The more you like and respect yourself, the more you like and respect others. The more you consider yourself to be a valuable and worthwhile person, the more you consider others to be valuable and worthwhile as well. The more you accept yourself just as you are, the more you accept others just as they are. Number 10. Anger is triggered by pain or by a perception that someone is attacking you or that you are being taken advantage of. Often anger is caused by frustrated expectations. It is a reaction you have when things don't work out or when people do not behave the way you expected. Anger can be set off by a fear of loss of some wad. Often you become angry if you feel you are being victimized or being dealt with unfairly. When you see yourself as a victim, your natural response will be to become angry. You may even strike back verbally or physically to protect yourself or to get even. When you perceive that you are a victim of some kind of aggression, you send a signal to your autonomic nervous system that you are in danger. Immediately, your autonomic nervous system sends a message to your adrenal cortex, and adrenaline is secreted into your bloodstream. The adrenaline causes your heart and respiratory rates to increase rapidly. Your blood pressure goes up, and your system goes on to red alert, ready to protect, defend, and counterattack. Your entire body prepares for either fight or flight. If you become angry repeatedly, your resistance to anger becomes weaker and weaker. You become angry faster and faster. Eventually, you have no resistance left. Anger then becomes your automatic response to any perceived problem in your environment. Some people are angry all the time. Everything and everyone makes them angry because of their perception that they are victims and under attack from a hostile world.